at it again, and it's a scorching day today. It's going to be cooling down for the next week, sitting just over 30 degrees Celsius for the week. We're just going to get straight out there and see if we can find something, so we're going to go check that out and see what happens. You know, what else can you do? This channel, you know, is just to show that, you know, anyone can do this. You know, I'm not sort of here saying, you know, I'm amazing. None of that's happening. I'm just saying that, you know, if a muppet like me can come out here and do it, then you probably can too. And that when you do, and if you do, that you're definitely going to be up against it. But you probably already knew that. You know, this guy's come in, it looks like he might even still be in here. Maybe he came in yesterday or whatever. It kind of looks like maybe in and out. They might have just had a real quick look, or, you know, maybe they didn't find anything, but just have a look and see, and just try and work out from what other people have been doing. I know it's pretty hard to do that, but you know, it's not always that enjoyable either, just like following after other people. But, you know, when you're working pending around like this, it's kind of like just what happens. Fence line to go over here. Didn't get snagged, no, good. I don't think I'll be doing much. I'm just going to leave the car running so it's nice and cool, because I'll probably jump back in there soon and spend an hour or two just waiting for it to cool down a bit. Weather's like this, you know, like 39 degrees, scorching hot. You can't really do anything. Went out there for a short walk and I've already got a bloody headache. As soon as that drops there from 39 to like 38, and then I'll start thinking about it. How's about the new GPZ 8000 coming? I'm excited. Yeah, I'm getting one. Yeah, so Minelab has finally released the long-awaited GPZ 8000 Gold Detector, offering a single coil option in March, like, you know, a couple of weeks, with a 3-coil option coming later in April. C18 standard coil that comes with the new Z8000 looks to be a massive improvement over the previous model standard coil, offering what looks to be improved depth with the larger coil and reduced weight, something that was hard to achieve comfortably with the 7000 and the big coil combo without using those third-party coils, you know, from X Coils. Some things have changed, like the coil cable winding is on the outside of the shaft rather than inside it like the 7. I also love the fact Minelab includes 2 batteries in the pack, a sweet new harness which looks absolutely incredible. Plenty of great reports coming in from the dealers around Australia, and there's heaps of stuff we don't know yet, but I can't wait to get this machine in my hands, probably like all of you as well. You know, today was forecast to be like about 10 degrees cooler, so I'm sitting up there going, well, something's got to happen. And then I could hear it like, you know, it was like in a tornado out here. You know, it's lovely now, eh? But there's no rain forecast, but you never know. And just pulled up at this camp here. Somebody's camped up here. There's a real big fire. And, you know, obviously people usually camp where they find gold, so we'll have a look around here. I can see someone else has had a pretty good look around here recently, but, you know, we'll do the same. You know, whatever. You probably know where this is if you if you left that behind. Looks like you've had a good time out here anyway. Your alluvial digs and stuff like that running down the bottom here. So like heaps of old scrapes mixed in with new ones, and we'll just run the 6000 over it, see what happens. Can't wait for the new GPZ, eh? GPZ 8000. Bring it on. It's like a pretty big snake. Just walking through here. Yeah, you can see here somebody's been chaining just a couple of days ago, and they just did this little patch and then they took the chain off and just kept walking around. You can sort of see there the fresh footprints just there. Yeah, a couple of people just getting through. It's a real thin chain as well, I've noticed. Yeah, and they just stopped there, and you can see here more footprints, just walking real slow too, like almost like this. But it looks like they'd found a little bit, maybe. I mean, you know, you wouldn't run your chain if you didn't find something. Oh yeah, look over there, there's a big hole. So I've been all through here, you know, the pushings. Just came in here, I wanted to have a look. It's not probably gonna be fruitful, so it's already not looking good. So I'm thinking flake. It's good to see it though. I got a faint target here just on the other side where the last lot were chaining. It's tiny, but it's golden. You know me, I'll take what I can get. Alright, we're into the big stuff now. Still 20 bucks. I mean, barely, but still 20 bucks. I mean, can you believe that? You give me 20 bucks for that? You probably would. You know, Minelab will have to release something pretty spectacular with the GPZ 8000. I mean, most people using the GPX 6000 like know how good that machine is. You know, on small gold, even at depth, and you know, the variety of coils. Such an easy machine to use with the Bluetooth, you know, everything like that. Just such a good machine, but it did have a lot of downfalls. First used the 6000, you know, you kind of knew straight away that the 7000, it kind of felt like, what was it good for, you know? But you could kind of feel it. It was definitely borderline, you know. The 7000 is still a great machine, but so outdated. Yeah. People always say 7000 is great on deep gold, and it is, but so is the 6, you know. So but the 6000 is such a great machine, and that's why I ended up selling the 7000 last year, because I was anticipating, you know, 10 years. I thought, oh, Minelab, you know, it'll be 10 years and they'll release another GPZ for sure. They have to. I got a good price for it, and I'm sure the guy's pretty happy with it. It was a great machine. I'm going to sell on the 6000 as soon as possible with all the coils, and we're going to go back to that setup, but with a GPZ 8000 and a GPX 6000. Hope. Come back to grab the camera because I got a nice target over here. Sounds real good. Sort of walking through these pushings here real slow, just wandering through it. Other people have been here, like, you know, a couple of days ago sort of thing, and you know, they've worked out through here pretty much, and I can see they just stopped here and they haven't worked out through here, so I'm just working through here pretty much. Could be nothing, because you see it's a lot of pushy through here. Don't see any scrapes through here though, so they didn't really walk through here the last lot. I'm sure everyone else has though. Sounds pretty good up in here. You know, you always try and look around the trees, because you know, the machines, they sort of stay away a little bit. Seen it. Yeah, just saw it sitting right on top of the pile of dirt I just scraped out. Real shallow scrape first, because you know, sometimes if you start hacking into your signal, you can just bury little bits like that and you'll lose them. Why you see prospectors taking a little scrape, having a swing, taking a little scrape, having a swing, because you can, you know, if it's a small bit, you will bury it and you'll just make yourself, you know, you'll make it hard for yourself. The old timers dry blowing heaps here. There's just heaps of them all through here. You know, you can see all the little depressions in the gravels, like just everywhere. Walking around the, you know, the main workings up there, where I didn't find anything, but I definitely wanted to have a look up there in the hills. Initially start there and work my way down. I mean, I know the old timers sort of did it the other way around, didn't they? They sort of found the gold down here and then went up to the hills. But I mean, you know, because it's all been done, I did it the other way around. Had a look what they did, and you know, it was really cool what they did up there. And you know, those guys were just industrious MFs, you know, like, man, they did a lot of hard work out here. There's no water out here. It's insane. Alright, another tiny microscopic piece of gold. Cool. I really don't care. Sell, you know, when you go to sell them, it's much easier to sell small bits. Just melt them down into a bar if you want to do that too. What's that? 120 bucks? That's not too bad. It's not even lunchtime. Probably see I'm still scrap hunting, and I think, you know, between scrap hunting and prospecting, you know, I think if you mix the both of them up, I think you can do okay. I don't know, we'll just try it. You know, it's still kind of hot. Today's beautiful. Just been sticking to areas I know people have found gold. That way I can sort of park right on it, sort of right around it, and just spend more time looking rather than searching. You know, later on this year when it cools down, you know, like most people probably start doing a lot more wandering out and looking for patches. You know, like, you know, everyone's going to be doing that this year because a lot of people's patches are dry, and everyone's out on the hunt now. So, you know, it's only one way to find it. Let's go look for it. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting gold here. Somebody's been in here a few days ago, but they stopped right here. They didn't come in here, so whatever. I mean, you know, they probably had better stuff to do than find microscopic flakes of gold. So the first little spot pulled up to this morning after leaving, you know, last night's camp, turned out to be alright. You know, like, it's nothing spectacular, but I'm getting little bits of gold. Probably that the other detectors just missed, because 6000 is such a freaking amazing machine. And I thought this was ground noise initially. Doesn't sound too bad now. Out of nowhere, I'm having a good day, so we just keep going, and I won't question why it happened. You know, the 6000, it's such a good machine. Like, just can't say it enough, really. That's why I say the 8000 GPZ 8000 will have to be it'll have to be a real good machine, you know, like, it'll have to be almost an unbelievable machine. But they're saying, you know, like half grammars at 14 inches. I mean, that's like double the depth what I've got there, pretty much. So, you know, that would be pretty impressive. Like, I probably won't wait around for the tests. like if I can, I'll probably just want to get straight into it if I can. 15 grand though, I mean, Jesus, who wants to buy my 6? I think I found my camp for the day, maybe even for the trip. You know, I mean, there's no point going anywhere else. If I'm finding gold here, I'll just stick it out here pretty much until the next trip. And I've got some really good ground lined up for that one. It doesn't mean we'll find gold, I just really like where we're going to go, so. 5 quick bits of gold today. Well, I wouldn't say quick, but it's probably about 1 o'clock. It's coming on about 31 degrees. So that's where it's going to stay. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's a meek little rattle, isn't it? You can hear a generator running over there. I thought I could hear some things before. I know there's a Prospective camp down this way, but I think they're too far away, you wouldn't hear it. And I know there was like fresh scrapes and stuff in here, you know, the ones I showed you before, so, you know, a lot of the tracks are real fresh. I don't think they've gone, I think they're still, yeah, I think they're just 300, 400 metres out that way. I'm just going to have a break and then I'm going to get out there and see if I can't find some more. Alright, we're back into it, and it's just turned, I don't know, 4 o'clock or something, and it's still pretty hot, but it's only like, I don't know, 32, 33, something like that. You know, like they're just coming real quick. I only just came out. Just walked straight onto it. First chain line. Bastard. Let's go down behind that tree a bit. Oh my god. And yeah, I moved the car here. Yeah, nice. Like a heap of small gold over there. I just took one chain line up past where I'd found the first bits, and just walked straight onto that bit. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of there. It's only a small area I'm working, just around the pushings here, and I haven't really sort of branched out that much. I've just been gridding that small area because there's so many small bits around there. Beggars can't be choosers. Take what I can get. Thank you very much. Beauty. had me worried for a minute there. Thought it was going to be a bit of spalding, you know, a little bit of metal off the blades that were doing the pushing here, because I have got one bit of that so far compared to the 10 pieces of gold, so pretty good odds at the moment. Someone needs to donate me a bulldozer and a dry washer. I'll be able to use it because it's pending ground anyway. But this spot, you just put all this through just process all this dirt. Nice. Oh, finally I've been walking for a fair while, just gritting it out, and it's no guarantee. But that's a lot louder. Still sounds good. Come on. Sort of about the same size, but it's so loud because it was just shallow. Pretty much right on the surface. Maybe even half a gram on that one. Nah, that's optimistic. Anyway, keep going. Like 12 bits. It's alright. It's not a terrible day. I mean, it just keeps coming. Come on. Yeah, that'll go half a gram. That's alright. Sort of like a reefy little bit. Cool. Whatever, I can hear someone over there, and it's someone not far away. Oh mate, that's a good day. That's a cracker day.